Who would you think would be a sick collaboration, US to UK?
US to UK. Oof.
I had to land you with that question.
Ooh. That's a cheeky one.
So, I mean, obviously we've had ASAP Rocky, Skepta. I mean, we have Playboi Carti, Skepta.
But it literally seems like between the UK and America, it's just Skepta. But there are...
I mean, Skepta interlude on Drake's
on
album.
More Life as well. Yeah, I think it'd be the new kids coming out. I'd say like... Yeah, either Octavian or Sam Wise, I'd say, would float nice because they've already got that kind of American trap style. So,
I mean, what actually? Because Dave had his moment as well, right? But it wasn't.
Yeah,
they never like actually jumped on a collaboration together. It was very much like it was kind of like Dave's tune, and then Drake did like a freestyle.
Yeah, no, Drake jumped on it. Yeah, but obviously, I don't know whether Dave thought that moment was gonna go further. But
see, I want to know like what actually happened there, because I feel like there was like a bit of dialogue relationship between them. Obviously, Rams is showing his Colgate teeth in the background, but like what actually happened in that whole conversation for Drake? Because Dave must have gone to the lab with Drake at some point. Like, I doubt that Drake just went, I'm going to make this remix and that's it. Because bearing in mind, like, listening to OVO radio, Dave's stuff was being played constantly. Like,
yeah.
whatever.
Well, I think it's the argument that people come up with Drake is like, with the UK sound, because especially around More Life, which is like a year ago now, but kind of like you have half of the people who are like, is Drake just a culture vulture? Is he like just, obviously, that them times he was rocking the Stone Island. He was rocking
the Stone Island chain.
Fam, he was Mr. Stone Island, like.
But then again, he did bring Stone, like, there was obviously always been a UK culture for Stone Island, but he brought that to
I think most random, they think Stone Island's from the UK as well. It's literally,
no, it's Italian, fam. And I think that's what people forget is like even Drake, I think Drake associates Stone Island with UK.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But then he doesn't actually. I'm sure he realizes. Like, I'm not saying he's dumb or anything. I'm trying to keep my like OVO hat on, but I feel like.
Well, that's OVO Stan,
yeah. Yeah, OVO Marco. No, what I'm trying to like do at the moment is like, I guess he started wearing like, was it him that he started wearing Palace as well?
Nah, yeah, I don't think he was that deep into the culture. I think it stopped at Stone Island. I mean, Supreme probably, but that's American.
Oh yes, no, he was wearing a Supreme North Face in one video. But like obviously everyone's like throwing jokes at him, but it's like always been like there's apparently he put money into Top Boy coming up. Like
Oh yeah, I think that's coming, isn't it? I think it's next year. But yeah, from what I've seen, he is in the youth. So like on that album on More Life, innit, he had flipping Georgia Smith, who's just dropped recently.
I mean, what happened there?
Yeah, well, I haven't really listened to the tape, but you said you listened. You weren't too sure about it, but
More Life or her?
No, her tape. I think it dropped this week. Yeah.
So okay, like so. I think as an album project, it's good. I just don't think there's enough variation. Like I feel like because Blue Lights is such a big song.
Oh yeah.
Like it's
America's only clocking onto that now. Like obviously she had her Colors, that's Berlin. Then you said she had Jimmy Kimmel recently as well. But it's like, yeah, I would have preferred it if she stayed in that lane, to be honest. But
I mean, because she is quite. Her sound is quite jazzy. Like that's why she also sounded quite good on Drake's project as well. But it's kind of now it's got to a point where like she is going to do well. Like she's going to be around for years and years to come. I'm not saying that's like the issue here. I just don't know if there's enough variation in her voice and her sound for her to put out more projects and people still to be interested. Because at the moment she's everywhere. Like you hear. Like podcasts like Joe Budden's podcast, I've been hearing about her. Like she's being like all over YouTube. She's doing all these performances and stuff. But I feel like Blue Lights is like the only tune that everyone's like, Actually, no, maybe that tune with Predator that she did,
Oh yeah, no, that song bangs. I forgot about
which
that.
is
Yeah,
sick as well.
That song bangs.
There's a couple more I think that she's done that she's quite big from, but I just don't know where it's gonna go from here, really.
Yeah, so yeah, there was her. There was who else? There was Sampha. There was obviously Skepta.
Sounds
Dave.
sick, yeah.
Dave just got that interlude. I think that's where the whole kind of thing of like, is Drake just playing around, like, because he just put the interlude on there, like.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like for instance, I thought like someone like Novelist or something would be sick with Drake, maybe.
Yeah, no, that.
Because Skepta was like bumping Novelist for like a while now, like before like Novelist kind of went a bit quiet.
Yeah, I think Novelist was on his album, and if you listen to Novelist's early stuff, it's like he is like a protege of Skepta, to be honest, like the producer rapper who produces most of his beats, and like he can come with that Memphis kind of flow, and then he can come with that authentic grime kind of flow as well.
Yeah.
So like he'd definitely be another one that could collaborate with the Americans, and it could bang. But
Just trying to think of like who else could like who tomorrow could collaborate with like someone big in the US. Like I don't know if I see anyone from the UK collaborating with like Trippie Redd or like any of these guys. But it's kind of always been like
yeah, it's gotta be someone. Well, there are like, you got people like Young Fume, who kind of already do that singing kind of trap stuff. So they're like probably the most ready in it. But I think what I love about Skepta is that when he collaborated with the American guys, it wasn't like it's set up. It's like he comes with his own sound, they come with their own sound. With the Praise the Lord song, he produced the beat and he kind of rapped with his own flow. A$AP Rocky came with his own flow. So it's like, that's how you kind of have to do it when you're collaborating with the Americans, I think. You can't be gimmicky and just try to emulate them in it. I think that's why, like, because there's not really been a UK artist that's been able to break America, really. I mean, now you got people like even Steph London. I think she's managed by QC, but she kind of has that.
Wait, isn't she? She's on the XXL list, right?
Yeah, she's even on the XXL, so she's kind of like, in terms
is that the first UK artist that's out on the XXL?
Yeah, I think it might be. So
I need to check those facts because I was really surprised.
No, I think
to see
it
her on
is.
that list.
I think she is the first UK act to be featured on there.
What tunes has she got out though? That she's done
Well, the biggest one's Hurting Me, and that was featuring French Montana. And literally, like when that came on, like I'd be switching between radio from Capital to Kiss FM to like all the major ones, and it was on. Yeah, so it's understandable why like she's kind of being featured.
Does she rap?
Yeah, she raps. She's sick, to be fair to her, like.
Because to be fair, I've only heard her sing, so I'm probably biased.
Nah, she raps, yeah. She's even got like, she was doing the rounds in America, so she's got some freestyles on American radio, and like she goes in.
Because to be honest, like I was speaking of that whole freestyles on like radio in the US and stuff. Like it's funny watching even like UK heads go over to the US, and like Dizzy Rascal, I think spat on
Sway Show. He did the 5 Fingers of Death.
Yeah, and you can see Sway like he knows what the influence.
Yeah,
is
fam,
right?
UK man, then we're proper mic man. Like a lot of these Americans, I know when they're recording, they just go in there and do a madness like, and then the producer will do. Do a mazza, and then it will sound good.
I mean, we've seen like even like Charlemagne as well, like the way he's reacted to, like, I mean when like Charlie Sloth was showing him like Wretch 32 and like all these guys, like he knew them straight away. Like he knew all of their stuff. Like that's why I'm kind of surprised that we're still not at a stage where like we're seeing a lot more of the kind of UK rap being played on US radio.
Yeah,
because I don't really see like I haven't seen Novelist on XXL or anything, but I guess they haven't really broken the US. I mean, it'd be really interesting actually to see if they pick up Skepta at some point. If Skepta fully broke the US, would they actually put him on XXL?
XXL. No, I think it's too late, man. Man's 10 years in the game, so it's like that one's. But I guess with them, it's like kind of what we said with Blue Lights, how that's It came out like 2 years ago, but it's just broke America. So
Yeah.
with them, they're kind of always late. But yeah, I think I'd love to hear Novelist with American artists. If Novelist ever listens to this or whatever, like, yeah, go collaborate with
Make it happen.